So I'm here with Ron Shaguri, and very delighted to present to you Highbrow Living. This is our newest baby, just like Eco Atlantic is your baby. So we actually started castles in 1999, I don't know if you believe.
Now we're in the middle of the ocean, and on one side we have what remains to be reclaimed, and on the other side we have the Atlantic Ocean. And you can see that we're much lower than this part of the seawall. The goal of Eco Atlantic was how do we protect Victoria Island from the erosion and the imminent threat of complete erosion.
What the hell am I doing here?
I mean, you know, to do the first 100 meters when we were on Victoria Island.
Right.
And we were studying doing it by barges, by sea.
Of course, there's a fair bit of available land that's here. What was the process for developers to come in?
So when a developer buys the land, then we have a certain set of approval of design guidelines. Those design guidelines basically set the foundation of what sort of area you can use on the land to build on the land. They need certification from leading consultants to make sure that it's a safe building, that the structure is safe, that it's fireproof, and many other elements.
Right. Now the thing is, we've seen some very interesting designs. We actually saw one, for Eco Atlantic, where the guy had a lap pool on every floor.
Yes.
Is that a real design?
That was a real design. The project was well studied. Now it's a matter of if he wants to move forward on it, if he wants to
go over, say, any part of Lagos or even Abuja.
First of all, location.
Right.
It is the primest location, I would say, in this part of the continent, not even in the country.
Right.
Second thing is the level of infrastructure we have. As you can see, all the infrastructure is on the ground. We're going to be providing sewage treatment, water treatment, 24/7 electricity. Even the compaction of the land is better, which means that we don't have to pile as deep. So people don't have to worry about having a full-time generator, about the water treatment plant, about the maintenance that comes around that. So just if we look at the very basic level, this is already enough to handle any future development in Lagos.
Right, because we've even seen in any luxury apartment block, there's always that challenge of where to even fit the generator. So that is deliberate so that you can have basement parking.
Absolutely.
Right.
So without even having to excavate, a developer can have 1 to 2 underground parking and maximize the whole use of the land.
Wow.
And that's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
And in terms of cost, it's a huge cost difference. The major financial institutions. This is where we want to attract major headquarters as well as hotels. And in order to keep it a day and night city, we want there to be maybe apartments in the mix, so that we don't have like in the day fully busy and at night completely in the dark. So then by having apartment elements and hotel elements and even entertainment elements, it keeps the city alive even up to that sort of thing. So if we look at our market in Nigeria, it's already huge. And there will be the international market that comes in as well. So there's the market that once the international market that's looking for expansion, this becomes a very easy entry point to the continent.
So like this. In terms of infrastructure, it's very easy to say we put this in, we put that in, but I'm sure it was not that easy to do.
So it took a lot of research to figure out what kind of materials we wanted to use, what kind of equipment we wanted to use. So if we look at
just building Eco Atlantic,
it pushes us to consume more locally. We want to make it as much as made in Nigeria as possible. It's a very important element. First of all, it allows us to control our quality, it allows us to control our speed, and even cost, I'm saying purely economically speaking, cost-wise, it's great, and it's also job creation.
Absolutely. So, but do you think Nigerian firms will be able to, specialize enough to build in the Atlantic? Because we're talking about places like building.
I mean, if we look at the buildings we've already built, we're better than many international cities already in terms of quality. I actually think we build better in Nigeria than we build in many, many developed cities around the world.
So, but in terms of transfer of expertise and so on, Nigerian architects, builders and stuff, this should really be a good playing ground for them.
Except for the sea reclamation,
Right.
most of the work is done by Nigerian firms.
Okay.
Some consultants are, like for example, marine engineering are specialized out of Europe, so we get to some of the very specialized one.
Yeah.
That's a very specific field, but there is a transfer of knowledge because they have to register their company here and hire engineers in Nigeria.
In terms of flora, fauna.
Here's an example. What we see in the background is an underpass.
Okay.
So why did we do an underpass? So we designed the city to be mainly roundabouts.
Right.
And there's a reason behind that. First of all, roundabouts reduce car fatalities by up to 90%, like statistically speaking, studied around the world.
Yeah.
They reduce certain types of emission up to 50%. They are more efficient in terms of, let's say, CO2 emissions.
Right.
So just on the design and passively, we're working on making the city already much more efficient.
Right.
So when we build the buildings as well, we're pushing our developers to build it as energy efficient.
Right.
So then already the consumption that we need is much less than a standard building.
Right.
Our street lights are powered by LED lights. That reduces by 70 or 80% the power consumption of the public spaces. So we can help pass information or knowledge to developers. Developers also bring their know-how, and that somehow creates a certain environment.
In terms of completing the project.
Yes.
I know that's a big question. But
Yes.
how long do you think?
So it depends. For example, if we mean completing the project being the first residence, we're completed.
Okay.
Now, if we mean in terms of the infrastructure of which phase of the project, then certain phases have already been completed, enough for people to come and live and develop.
Okay.
If we're talking about the city being a full-blown Manhattan where we can't even build one more square meter, maybe 20, 30 years.
20, 30 years.
But it doesn't mean that we're not going to see life along the way, right? Many major cities around the world that we consider as complete are far from complete.
Absolutely.
Even Lagos is not complete.
That's true. That's true.
We still have so much empty space that we can complete. So it's always a continuous.
So there are already people living and working in Ecuador.
Absolutely.
That's right. So here we are at the Great Wall. How high is this wall?
So the wall goes up to 9 meters above sea level.
It's about 3 stories high.
About 3 stories high.
Wow. And this is the only location, the only residential location in Lagos that has this.
Absolutely. This view and this promenade, which is going to be the third longest in the world.
The third longest in the world.
Oceanfront promenade in the world.
Wow. Yes. So what do you see here? You see cycling, you see...
We see all that sort of thing happening. On weekends, this place could be very busy.
So just for this alone, people should come.
Just for this alone. And you can feel that the breeze and the temperature here is very different than any other part of the city.
The feelings. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.